What's the pettiest reason your warning was ignored? The park rangers called me an overeducated tourist when I warned them about an unstable cliff that would kill hikers. For 12 years, I've been a geologist and professor at a university in Washington. Last month, I was hiking solo in Colorado, taking a week off from teaching. I was spending the morning taking photos of the different rock formations when I saw it. Fresh tension cracks in the cliff face above one of the trails. I followed the crack carefully and found water seepage staining the rock, a classic pattern of freeze-thaw damage that have been known to chop mountains in half in history. And based on the overhang angle that was way past critical, I knew this thing was coming down very, very soon, and I needed to warn someone. I took a jog back to the ranger station and banged on the door. No answer. I banged again, this time a bit more desperate. The door opened and I came face to face with the head ranger, Tom, a man in his mid-50s with a weathered face. "Excuse me, I'd like to report a serious hazard on one of the trails." He sighed and invited me in, hopping behind his desk. "Tails conditions are posted on the board, ma'am." I shook my head, pulling out my university staff ID. "No, you don't understand. Look, I'm a geologist." He laughed, his tone condescending. "Ma'am, everyone is a geologist these days." I took in a deep breath, feeling frustrated by the entire thing, and show him the pictures I had taken of the crack just this morning. "Listen, the cliff above mile marker 3 is about to collapse. Those tension cracks are fresh. I specialize in slope stability. I've published papers on this exact type of failure." Tom looked at the ID and handed it back. "I appreciate your concern, but that cliff's been there since before my grandfather was born. It's not going anywhere. Anyway, I saw you're from Seattle, so just enjoy your vacation here and leave it to the rangers." I crossed my arms. "I'm not going anywhere until we do something about this." That's when another ranger walked in, a much younger guy with the same annoyed expression. "Hey boss, what's the problem?" Tom leaned back in his chair and shrugged. "This lady says the mountain's gonna topple over and fall on somebody." They both chuckled. I felt my face getting hot, but I was so sure about what I saw. "It's not funny," I said. "You can clearly see the tension cracks widening along the base. When did you last inspect it?" Tom stood up and started pushing me toward the door. "We know our mountain, ma'am. Been working here 30 years. You city folks come here for a week and think you understand everything." He tried to close the door just as I slipped one foot into the crack to stop him. "Just close the trail for a few days. Get a local geologist to verify." He kicked my foot back and slammed the door. "Good day." I immediately pulled out my phone and tried calling the State Geological Survey for help, but no one ever picked up on weekends. So I went back to the hotel and headed back to the trail at dawn to warn the hikers directly. Most of them turned back when I showed the photos, but a few locals complained to Tom, who promptly kicked me out and banned me from the park property, even threatening to call the cops if I didn't leave. But exactly 2 days later, when the tourists kept avoiding the trail and about the crazy lady's cliff warning, Tom finally led a group hike to prove its safety. 8 tourists followed him, just as he stood under the cliff, explaining how solid the mountain was. A massive crack echoed through the canyon. Tom's eyes widened. He screamed for everyone to run, and they sprint back in a panic. Part of the boulder grazed him, but he was alive. After a minute of intense rumbling, 50 tons of rock finished burying the trail. A state geological team was sent out the following Monday and told me, "Your assessment was completely accurate. Those people are alive because of your warnings." Tom, who had refused to listen, apologized profusely for mocking me. "They said if we'd been 10 feet further back, we'd all be dead. I don't even know how to thank you. Honestly, we lost our staff geologist 2 years ago because of budget cuts, but it all felt the same and we thought we could handle everything ourselves." His voice trailed off for a moment. "After what happened, they're gonna increase the budget again. They'll even provide proper monitoring equipment, and I'd appreciate your help in developing new protocol." I shook his hand and smiled. "Of course."